You are looking live at David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium, home to the Carolina Skyhawks, as they play host to the Houston Headhunters for a Friday night fight on SFL YouTube. Good evening. Cameron Duty here alongside my buddy Anthony Ellison. Anthony, let's set the stage for tonight's event. We welcome you all in. Houston comes in with a 2-1 record, while Carolina has dropped 2 straight losses with a sputtering offense that needs to pick up the momentum tonight. What do you see in these two teams? What do they need to do to pick up an important W tonight?
It's going to be your first drive. So you had this whole week to practice. You did some filming, so you study your teams. Carolina especially, you want to come out firing the ball and get that confidence from Matt South right here. And if you are Houston Headhunters, you want to come out running the ball. You're third in the league in the rushing yards, and Carolina does struggle against the run. But it's that first drive. That's how you want to set the tone.
For Carolina, it's look good, feel good, play good, possibly with the new threads this evening. For Houston, they come in wanting to stay on a hot streak. Folks, thank you for joining us. You're not going to want to go anywhere for the next hour and a half or so. Kickoff is underway. Thank you once again for being a part of SFL on Friday night. Down in the end zone for the touchback. Let's say hello quickly to our Houston starting lineup. Quarterback number 1, O.J. Bruin under center. The halfbacks Josh Slapp and Shepard Vakarian. The wide receiving core of Israel Adams, Mike St. Green, and D.R. Sim. The tight ends Randy Pierce, Daisy Peace, and Tiberius Bovine. The 2 tackles Kenny Cook and Bari Simeon. And the 2 guards Brendan Ryan and Sarah Bergens. As we go 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, they keep it on the ground to start the game. A gain of 28, or a gain by number 28, Josh Slapp, excuse me. Back to the line of scrimmage, Anthony.
So we're going to focus on, for Carolina, is your linebackers, Danny Stinson, Mojo McClain, and Sharvin Prasad. They're going to have to stop that run early and force Houston to throw the ball.
And they do go to the air. The pass complete over the middle. That is complete by the Hall of Famer, Tiberius Bovine. Let's take a look at the Carolina defense coming in. The defensive ends, L.J. Hobbs and Christopher Cologne. The defensive tackles, May Carter and Phil Hall. The linebacking core of Danny Stinson, Mojo McClain, and Shravin Prasad. The cornerbacks, Tristan Hatley, T.D. Jack, and Davidson Joseph. And the safeties, Skippy Curtis, Mike Ryan. Those are the free safeties. And a strong safety, Ibari Amin Eglin. First down for Houston. They keep it once again on the ground. They go to Shepard Vakarian and stopped at the line of scrimmage by McClain.
Yeah, and that's going to be very important right there. Good job by McClain shedding that blocker right there, getting that tackle before Vakarian could do anything else.
After a no gainer, it's 2nd and 10. Bovine goes in motion to the bottom of your screen. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. 1 man in the backfield for quarterback O.J. Bruin. A handoff, a spin move, and Josh Slapp gets the first down. The best run of the night so far for the Headhunters.
Yeah, and, Josh Slapp right there. I love this call right here. This is a nickel defense. There wasn't that much in the box right there. Only 3 down linemen and 3 linebackers right there. And they call a nice little off tackle to the left side. The key thing right there was the block that was from the tight end and the wide receiver. So Slapp was able to get to the outside.
Approaching midfield, as you can see. Houston under center. Bruin hands off to Vakarian. He gets 5. So we saw a couple of runs that really went for nothing to begin this drive. The last 2 plays, however, has been much more impressive on the ground.
And they're going to do different things. We're seeing running from the inside and the outside right here. Carolina has to be ready. Carolina is showing a lot of blitz early and often. It's going to be how Houston's going to pick up those blocks.
2nd and 5 yards to go. Toss play left side to Slapp. Spin move. They counter with a wrap-up tackle that's going to keep him just a yard short. I do believe that was Davidson Joseph in on the stop. 3rd and 1 coming up.
And this is the first 3rd down of the game right here. They're both sitting in the middle of the pack when it comes to 3rd down attempts, so let's see what happens here.
Showing run. We'll see if they go that way. They do. Vakarian gets trapped behind the lineman, but he does push forward. He gets the first down. That looked scary for a moment as if he was going to be dropped for a loss, but he turned it into the first down.
And Houston, they have a dual head at running back right there. Vicarian is the one that averaged more of the average yards, and then Slaps gets the touchdown right there. You see how he gets those extra yardage by keeping the legs moving.
Fresh set of downs. Slap now with the handoff, as you see, just alternating between Slap and Vicarian. An interesting thing to note with this matchup, these two teams have met each other. This is their 7th meeting. Houston has only won one time. Carolina has beaten them 5 times, Anthony.
Yeah, and that, just great job with the filming right here. Right now, Carolina needs to add some more beef up to the front line to stop this run.
And another 3rd and 5 coming on the way with Prasad with the tackle. And, you talk about momentum. Carolina, we talked about their offense needing to get going. A stat such as that, 5 wins against your opponent you're facing tonight, that's got to make you feel pretty good that you can get things turned in the right direction. As 3rd and 5 comes up, you hear the crowd rise to their feet. They get louder. Bruin to throw. Oh, he's scrambling, trying to find a way out, and the defense makes hold. That is May Carter, number 59, with the sack. They got Bruin rattled, and he paid the price.
And you're seeing why Carolina is 3rd in the league with passing yardage against right there, because they do great coverage. And when you have great coverage, it's hard to ask your offensive line to hold a block for 5 seconds right there. And good job by the defensive line of Carolina to get off the blocks and get a coverage sack. That's a plain coverage sack right there, and that's a good job on that first drive.
And fair catch now called for. So Carolina, by making sure they got that all-important sack that pushed them out of any potential field goal range, and instead now that is a punt. We say hello to Carolina for the first time tonight with quarterback Matt South. Ball on the 21-yard line. South to throw into double coverage. It's incomplete. Let's say hello to this Carolina offense. Quarterback Matt South, number 10. The halfbacks of Riley Quintero and Harish Prasad. The fullback, Hattori Hanzo. The wide receivers, Chase Earl, Chris Curtis, and Christian Bacigalupi. The tight end is Vince DeSantis. The tackle, Kate Palmer. The 2 guards of Ricky Rigatoni and Chris Cross will round out our starting lineup for the Carolina Skyhawks in these beautiful blue and gray uniform. Spin move, trying to get out of a tackle is Quintero. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
And 2 plays, 2 stops right here. Now, Matt South has not had the best season so far, but as an 11-year veteran, it has no problem to turn things around. This is a big 3rd down here.
Shotgun formation on 3rd down. He throws short. The pass is complete, maybe 1 yard as Earl gets the reception, and they will have to punt it away.
That's not a route that you want on 3rd down. You got to go at least to the 10-yard marker, because to be honest, Houston's going to let you have anything underneath. That is the plan when you play on defense for any 3rd down, any yardage situation. You give them the underneath, but don't go over the top.
So a quick offensive series that sputters, and Houston gets the ball back at the 43-yard line after that kick return. We're halfway through the first quarter. We thank you all for joining us. Again, my name is Cameron Duty, joined by Anthony Ellison. We've got Tyler Falk and Michaela Foraker doing stats tonight. And, of course, Cameron Irvine is back at SFL headquarters. And we thank you all for your work this evening. We thank you all for watching. Great field position for the Houston Headhunters at the 43-yard line. Still looking for their first points of the day after the last drive ended in a punt. That ball is tipped and incomplete. Who got a hand on that? I do believe it was May Carter. No, Phil Hall, excuse me.
Yeah, and that's the thing when you're for a defensive lineman. If you can't get to the quarterback, put your hands up. Deflect the pass. It affects the passing lanes for the quarterback every time.
Nobody in the backfield. Bruin all by himself. Here's the snap, the throw down the middle of the field, and it's intercepted. The Carolina defense is doing its job tonight. Mike Ryan with the INT. That is his 2nd of the season. What a play.
Yeah, and that's the 5th for the team right there. And this is why they've been playing each other so many times. They had that pass on the 1st down the drive before. So they knew that they were going to go back to that post route. I love that they guarded the way they did, stepped right in front, and made a big play for Carolina.
This Carolina defense is so impressive. As you mentioned, coming into the game, Anthony, that has really been their strong suit as their offense continues to find its footing in this young season. Can they find it on this drive? They keep it on the ground. That run goes for not much. They're actually going to mark him short, or at least a loss of a yard, short of the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11 now coming up.
In Carolina here, you have to take advantage of it. This is any team. When you get turnovers, you need to get points. It doesn't matter if it's a field goal or a touchdown. This is good field position. Do not be timid. Go ahead and throw some strikes down the field. Pass the ball deep. Make the team honest. Don't want to get stuck in the same running formation.
It's the big man, Christian Bacigalupi, who is in motion, as you see to the bottom of your screen. This is a toss play to the left side. Spin move again. The ground game just not going anywhere. Instead, these headhunters are headhunting tonight. And coming up with that tackle is Jason Peace, 6'2", 239, fifth season man here in Houston.
So now we're sitting here on 3rd and 12, and this is dangerous territory. Houston has not gotten an interception yet, and Matt South right now has 8 for the season. Something has to give right here, but you got to throw the ball down the field.
Bacigalupi in motion again to the bottom of your screen. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. And South with a good pocket. Unloads. The pass is incomplete. Again, great coverage downfield. And we talk about the confidence. That's guy incognito with the deflection. But you talk quickly, Anthony, about the pressure that South has on him, especially when they get in these 3rd and long situations.
Yeah, it makes you one-dimensional, and it puts a lot more pressure on your offensive line because you have to hold the blocks a little bit longer because you got to throw the ball at least 12 to 15 yards to get a first down. You just don't want to put yourself in that situation. You don't want to waste the opportunity.
And a fumble. And take a look at that. Coming up with it is Carolina, a special teams play that is going to go for, let's take a look at the replay, of course. For now, it looks like it's going to be, Carolina possession. So they get the break they need. The defense does its job. The special teams now doing its job, Anthony.
Their special teams, defense doing their job. To complete the package right here, the offense has to do something. Matt South, you are a veteran in this league. You can make this happen right here. Take a shot down the field. You have all the trust right now. You got the turnover that you're looking for again.
Harish Prasad with the fumble recovery. The halfback doing his job on special teams. And it's first attempt from the red zone for Carolina. And a run play, the best we've seen of the night for Quintero, who gains 5, 2nd and 5. And they know they're going to take advantage of this prime real estate.
And going back to that fumble right there, what a clean tackle. You wrap up on one side and then you punch it with your other hand. And that's exactly how the fumble came out. Great job by the special teams of Carolina.
Clock continuing to run here, 2:55 and counting in this first quarter. Now toss play right side. Prasad with room. He gets the first down after shaking a couple of tackles, and it's 1st and goal for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, and you got the momentum, and you got some good blockings right there. And 48 would have be able to spring it out, but great job by Prasad breaking the tackle. Now you're moving the ball here. You're in the red zone, 1st and goal. Recognize you're in field goal range already, so don't have to take shots over the middle. I'll stay in a running formation and just see what my offensive line can do.
52 men in the backfield, and they do stay in that running formation, and room to run close to the goal line. It's Quintero. I thought he was going to sneak in for just a moment, and he stopped short. 2nd and goal. Good call, Anthony. That was exactly what they needed.
Cam, look at that run right there. That's a stretch play to the outside, but the running back can recognize if he needs to cut in, and that's exactly what Quintero did. Cut it back in when the blockers were kicked out there. I'm staying on the ground here, running it right up the middle.
Pounding it up the middle. That's what Anthony calls for. What will Carolina do? It's 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground, fighting their way in. Touchdown. He gets the fumble recovery, and Harish Prasad gets the first touchdown of the evening for the Skyhawks.
And you know what? I guarantee the offensive line looked at the sideline and stared at that coach and said, you know what? We want the running play here. We want to show you that we can finish this drive off and we can help out our team right here. That offensive line is spectacular with the run blocking right there. Great job to get on the board early for Carolina. That's exactly what you need to set the tone.
Malone Brown on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And what do you know? The special teams, led by Harish Prasad with the fumble recovery, sets them up in the red zone, and Haris Prasad finishes with the rushing touchdown to give Carolina the 7-0 lead with just under 2 minutes left in an exciting first quarter indeed. Again, we thank you for joining us here at SFL Friday Night Action on YouTube. This kick sails out of the end zone for a touchback.
So now this is Houston time to respond right here. This is not the first time they have been down. It's all about staying composed right here. You recognize the drive before you had an interception, and then you had a fumble on the kick return here. You might want to slow things down with the running game. You've been running the ball pretty effectively so far, but you just want to make sure you cover the ball up.
Houston now looking to shake off a couple of that one is 2nd and 10 coming up, Anthony.
And that pocket collapse right there, and Bruin has to move around quite a bit. You just got to be careful with that. It's okay. You can run the football here. You run the ball just fine. You don't have to throw the ball here. You're only down by 1 score.
A gain of 5 coming up now, 3rd and 5 for Houston. And quickly now an important 3rd and 5, as we said, on the way here.
Yeah, so a big 3rd down and 5 here. If you're confident you can run the ball, but you're probably going to look for something over the middle. Just got to be careful.
3rd and 5, interception. Again, it's going the other way. Can you believe it? And this one, it's going to go to the house. Touchdown, Davidson Joseph with the pick 6.
Being careful is what I said you have to do, and that's exactly what we didn't see right there, is being careful. Rolling out to your strong side, and you just threw the ball straight to the defender right there. There's a reason why Carolina is ranked 3rd in the league with passing against right there. 2 interceptions already in the first quarter alone, and that one was a score. So that takes pressure off of your offense as well.
No, folks, do not adjust your sets, as they used to say back in the day. The score you're seeing, that is correct. Brown with the extra point. And just like that, Carolina leads by 2 scores.
And you know what? In Carolina, this is what we were expecting. We saw it in the game before right here. The defense wins championships, they say. And they came out, and they are just hurting Houston right now. You have to make some adjustments. Houston, you know what you do well. You rank 3rd in rushing. Run the football here to set up your pass. Don't throw the ball and set the pass up and then try to run it. Run the ball, calm things down. This is still a lot of ball game left.
And Anthony, what a difference just a few minutes makes. We were just talking about Carolina looking a little bit sluggish to start this game. They've reeled off 14 quick points.
Yeah, and that's just absolutely impressive.
So for the Headhunters, they try to regroup. They keep it on the ground. That goes for maybe 1. That was Josh Slapp on the carry. Of course, let's also mention, as we have, the special teams and the defense coming up big. And that's complementary football. When one portion of your team is trying to, struggle to get going, everybody else has to rise up. We'll continue that thought in just a moment. We're down underneath the final minute of the first quarter. The throw, the pass is complete. Oh, and wide open, breaking tackles. D.R. Sim, the Hall of Famer. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Headhunters.
I'm so distraught off of that, because that was an interception. That safety gambled and played the ball just completely off there. And sometimes you need a little luck on your side to get what you need to. What a way to respond right there. That's a long pass. That's a touchdown that Houston needed. In Carolina, you almost had it there, but I love the throw regardless. What a way to keep the concentration on the catch right there, even though that safety was looking to pick the ball off.
79 yards to the house for the Hall of Famer, Sim. It's a connection from Bruin to Sim for the touchdown. It only took 2 plays, 36 seconds. And just like that, Houston draws within 1 score. This game is crazy, and we love it. Again, 41 seconds left in this first quarter. Who knows what's going to happen in this one?
Oh, yeah, we're setting ourselves up for a good game here.
Indeed we are. Bachagalupi with the return across the 20, down to the 30, still on his feet. And this is where Carolina will set up shop with 36 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
So Carolina, you get the ball back here. Just remember that drive that you scored on offense here. You ran the ball really well with Prasad. I love the stretch run play here. You want to calm things down. Houston might have a little momentum here, but this is a good football game to watch right now.
It's a Friday night fight. When we said that, I don't think we knew how true that was going to be, and it has been one thus far in this game. South and company. South under center. The handoff. A gain of 4 by Quintero, and really what more can you ask for? Just keep those legs turning and getting positive yardage.
And that's all you can ask for from a running back there. Sometimes you're not going to always get the flashy breakaway, but just those little 3 to 4 yard gains and keep the legs going, that means a lot.
One more play left in this first quarter. Spin move by Prasad to get out of an early tackle. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring us to the end of the first.
What a first quarter right here. Just great defense, great plays on the turnovers here. This is going to set up for a good one.
You said it right, Anthony. 14-7, Carolina leads Houston after 1. We welcome you back to David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. Cameron Duty, Anthony Ellison on the call tonight with Tyler Fogg and Michaela Forker on stats, and Cameron Irvine at SFL headquarters. We're having the time of our life tonight. We certainly hope you are too. No place that I would rather be. South, oh my goodness, look here. He's going to step up. He's going to run. He's got the first down. He's got more, as a matter of fact. It's about 12 on the scramble. Highly unexpected, but it worked beautifully.
That looks like a designed quarterback draw, and I'll be honest, I was afraid. Because you know what? You need to get down. You got the first down? That's cool. Slide. Protect yourself there. Kids, if you're watching out there as a future quarterback, you want to get down. You don't want to take unnecessary hits. But regardless, great awareness, first down.
1st and 10, South under center. Prasad met immediately. They're going to give him a yard before he got brought down. That was number 92 in on the stop, Chris Joseph. Quick out of the huddle. It's 2nd and 9, and Carolina wants to keep this drive alive again, doing what they do best on the ground. Prasad with a little shimmy there. And he's going to make that a very manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2 on the way. This helps them stay on that side of the playbook they like to go to.
I'm such a fan of wide receivers that want to do more to just catch the ball. Those receivers out there were just blocking, and they gave the running back more time to get to the more yardage that they need.
The defensive line shifts. They keep it on the ground. Quintero gets the first down, breaks out of a few tackles, and he was just one spin move away from taking it to the house. But he does get the first down, and momentum stays on Carolina's side.
Chat, look at number 48. You probably can't see it in this play right here, but absolutely pancaked the linebacker there that gave the running back the hole he needed to get to the first down right there. I get so excited watching just great blocking and great offensive line play, but you got to give it up for the fullback right there, ready to get his helmet right in somebody's chest.
An 11-yard run, and that was Hattori Honzo, who's been making some killer blocks tonight. Again, on the ground, Prasad, spin move, stays on his feet to the 20, the 15, and this ground game is lethal tonight. 1st and 10, Carolina.
And coming into the game, they only had 287 yards total as a team. That was 14th in the league. But today, you're seeing something different, and what you're seeing is patience. They're waiting for the holes to develop, and then they're hitting it, and then they're breaking the tackles. When you can break a tackle and get extra yardage right there, that just puts a lot on the defense.
An 11-yard run followed up by a 24-yard run by Prasad, and this drive will continue. Toss play, left side, and I don't blame them, Anthony. Keep running it until they can show that they can stop it. Look at the rushing yards tonight.
Yeah, and for Houston, you got to make that adjustment. That means you need to either blitz or you got to put some more people on that defensive front right there to hold them down. But right now, the patience of the running game is phenomenal for Carolina.
South with the handoff once more. Oh my goodness, and Prasad looked like he's going to be stopped in the backfield, but he's not. a stiff arm move, and again, he gets close to the first down, and it's 3rd and 1.
And just a missed tackle after missed tackle, and that's going to be really tough right there. You cannot do that with the way Facade is running the ball here. But what the running game is doing is going to be setting up a pass play that you're probably going to look at right here. But they're setting up in a big offensive line formation, but that pass is going to be open.
9 consecutive runs on this drive make it 10. Quintero, he's short. 4th and inches. That was a huge stop by Denzel Maverick, who, as we said, the big time stop. And they'll go for the field goal, Anthony.
Yeah, this is the correct call right here. You know, you got to get the points, and you're up 2 possessions, and that's exactly what you want. The way your defense is playing right now, regardless of what that pass play happened, that 79-yarder, you're still playing solid defense. Get your lead and let your defense do the rest of the work.
Malone Brown with the field goal. Carolina now leads by 10. He fielded in the end zone and is brought out by Mike St. Green, who gets out to the 26-yard line. So more of the same is needed for these headhunters, huh?
Yeah, a lot more right here. So this, you got possession. You know, you got your 6 minutes left on the clock. You want to move the ball. You really want to put some type of points on the board right here. Maybe go back to that pass to see if you can get lucky again.
The momentum now on Houston's side after that last offensive possession. They decide to keep it on the ground with Josh Slapp, who gets 8, 2nd and 2.
I'm a big fan of those runs right there. Just a quick hit right up the middle. It's really important that your right side of your line, your guard and your tackle, they have to get to the point of the contact quickly enough right there. Good 8-yard run, settle things down for Houston.
2nd and 2, and as you said, settling things down, getting your comfortable rhythm here for your quarterback and crew. That's important. That run now goes nowhere. Stinson in on the immediate stop, and it's 3rd and 1.
And great job by the linebackers. I highlighted them earlier today. Stinson, McClain, and Praise right here at Facade. They needed to control the running game for Houston, and that's what they've done so far. Houston only has less than 50 yards rushing so far.
1 yard to go. They try to rush forward, and they are going to be denied. So Carolina rises up. That's Hatley in on the stop. They had to play red literally from the snap of the scrimmage, and Houston's going to challenge here.
Yeah, so what we're looking here in this challenge is where the nose of the football is. It just has to break that first down marker. The problem is here, since they called it short, it has to be undisputable evidence that it crossed that first down marker, or it's going to be, it's not going to be overturned right here. So that's the key thing that we're looking for.
Let's take a retroactive look at the play. We remind you folks to get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. And as you can hear, the play does stand. The call on the field is correct. Houston is charged a timeout, and the punting team will come on.
Yeah, and you know, Carolina has not been doing well stopping the run so far this season, but they're doing a phenomenal job today. They're just making great form tackles, going back to basics, making great tackles there. Good stop by Carolina.
Carolina says today is a new day. Now, Prasad on the return doing a little bit of everything tonight. He gets out to the 28-yard line. We have 5:21 remaining in a fast-moving first half.
Yeah, so now Carolina, you have the ball back. Recognize that you want to put some more points on the board. You know Houston gets the ball back in the third quarter here. So you want to do everything you can. You're running the ball really well. The running backs are patient. Your offensive line is just doing phenomenal with the blocking.
1st and 10 for the Skyhawks from the 28. The give is to Quintero. Plows forward. Gets 8. on the play. 2nd and 2 coming up. And now let's say hello to this Houston defense. The defensive ends, Chris Joseph and Denzel Maverick. The defensive tackles, Anthony Stover and KT Slayer. The linebacking core of Jason Peace, Garrett Evans, and Chris Britton III. The cornerbacks, John Barnhart and Kai Cash. And the safeties, Guy Incognito, Brady Clark, Al Ingram III, and Blake Prime. As they get back to work. Go ahead, Anthony.
Oh, that blocking was phenomenal right there. I love a double team block, and then you go to the next level. Good job by that left guard.
And yet another run. That is 15 consecutive. Now make that 16 for Carolina. But it continues to work. Prasad with the first down. And as they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I was just about to say that. If it's working, you're getting first down. You're getting enough to get the first down. Why? Why not run the same power O to the left side right there? Your fullback is ready to knock somebody's head off, so why not?
And again with the ground game. Quintero, he gets 4. 2nd and 6. And another thing, that will cause the clock to run down much quicker.
It runs the clock down, but the biggest thing, it runs down the defense here. When you have to just keep on, like, resisting a block and then the offensive line is just running down here to block you, it makes it very tiring, especially when you're not known for that. You want to get sacks.
Prasad that time only gets a yard, and so a big 3rd and 4 here. Britton, as we mentioned just a moment ago, in that starting lineup, comes up with the stop.
And if I'm Houston here, I'm sending as much pressure as I can. You don't want them to get settled in the pocket. If I'm Carolina, I'm still going to run the ball here. So you know you got to stop it.
Instead, they throw it. That pass is tipped and incomplete, and the Houston defense rises up. The deflection made by Jason Peace.
Good job right there with the deflection. That's what Houston needs right here. They got enough time. You got 2 timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning, and you get the ball back at half. So just try to see if you can collect the drive here.
A surprising call, Anthony, for them to go to the air there.
I would have kept on running the ball there. You have to show me something that Houston has not shown so far, and just stopping the run. But you try to catch them off guard. It just didn't work there. But now, Houston, this is your opportunity. You got the stop you need to get some more points.
Quarterback O.J. Bruin, as already known, this is his first season in Houston. 7 seasons in the league previously from the Jacksonville Kings, continuing to get acclimated in his new role under center here for the Headhunters. He takes over on first down, the left-handed player. He throws. The pass is complete. And then Israel Adams with the reception.
Nice reception to start the drive right here. It's good. Have some completions and give your quarterback confidence here. That's what they need. You have time. You don't have to go really crazy. You can just run the football.
Take a look at the team stats. 102 total yards for Carolina, just 1 passing yard. Both these teams are getting it done on their own respective methods here. And a 3rd and 4 coming up for Houston as this Carolina defense again stuffs them at the line.
That's okay to have 1 passing yard. You know that your quarterback is struggling a little bit, but your running game is phenomenal. Keep the ball on the ground. Houston has to stop it here. Just like right now, Carolina needs to stop them on this 3rd down.
3rd and 4, you hear the defense chant in the background. The throw, the pass, incomplete. Jarred out of Mike St. Green's hands. It's 4th and 4. The defense again takes hold.
If you want to run that play when you sprint to the strong side and throw it to the backside, you got to let the receiver have more time to drag across the field. That wasn't enough time right there, and he got hit. You want to give them more time to go across that middle to deliver a better strike. Good job by Carolina's defense.
Sonny J in for the punt. Fair catch is called for by Prasad with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining and an exciting first half of action here at Carolina.
Back and forth here, just a little bit stall on this 2nd quarter here, but Carolina, they're in control right here, and you could just run the football. You're really patient with the blocking. Your receivers are doing a phenomenal job with holding their blocks as well.
Chris Curtis goes in motion to the top of the screen. South to throw. The pass complete. No, incomplete. In his hands, he gets jarred loose. And let's go quickly to SFL headquarters for a game break. Hello, Cam. Good evening.
Hey, good evening to you, Cam. One of the best throws of the season right here. Type attack. Wowzer to Buchanan Simons right at the goal line for the score. It's been all Canton since those 17-7. Chicago is back in the red zone. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Great action all around the SFL tonight. Pressure coming. South is hit. He did get rid of the football, and I mean just a fraction of the second earlier, and he would have been on the ground.
Just barely. I don't know if you want to challenge that, but ooh, what a way to get the ball moving forward. That could have been a fumble.
3rd and 10, and now Houston's defense showing some life here. Pressure coming. Nobody in the backfield, obviously. You know they're going to bring the pressure. And here it comes. South, he steps up. He runs. He's going to be close. He gets the first down. Going for the slide. He gets obliterated, but he held on to the football, and this drive will continue. What a shot.
He knew this time he was going to take a hit, but he had to get to that first down marker, and I love it. That's just veteran presence right there, recognizing that the pocket was collapsing and there was nobody in the middle, because why would you put a quarterback spy on Mount South right there? But that's a great run and a good job to keep the drive alive.
And that brings us to the 2-minute warning. An exciting first half from Carolina. We'd like to remind you that aerial coverage of today's game is being provided by Dags DroneWorks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and so much more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com as we get this beautiful view. Look at that. Beautiful. As we welcome you back inside David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. Beautiful views outside by Dags DroneWorks and beautiful views inside here on the gridiron. An exciting game taking place as we said, the 2-minute warning in this first half. Quintero with the carry. He doesn't get much, 2nd and 10. How surprising was it, Anthony, to see Carolina come out and fire literally on 2 straight attempts downfield before South had to run for the scramble?
They're trying to show some type of balance here because they ran the ball, I think, 19 consecutive times. So they're just trying to open up the running lane more by throwing some passes in there.
Plenty of time for South now, dropping back. Oh, that was almost intercepted, tipped, and just lucky, as we said, that wasn't going the other way. Disturbing that play was Jason Peace. That's not the first time we've called his number tonight.
And look, and to control the game here for Carolina, you don't want to get in these situations where you're having to pass the ball. You want to run the ball here. You know you've been running really effectively. Now, if I'm Houston, I'm putting a spy right over the middle to make sure Matt South does not break the pocket for a first down.
Man in motion, that is Quintero. Shotgun formation for Matt South. They do bring the pressure. He stands in, he throws one. Nobody is home. He got rid of that one, basically, I think, to avoid the sack. And that's 4th and 10.
Yeah, and I like it that they called for containment by the defensive end, so they waited to see what Matt South was going to do, and that was just an errant throw. Houston got a little time left on the clock. Let's see what they can do.
Now the punt. It is going to be fielded. No fair catch called for. Tackled at the 37-yard line. So Houston will have good field position here and 1 minute and 18 seconds to work with as we approach halftime.
So Houston, you know you scored on a long pass. You like to throw the ball deep. You just got to get some more time here. Just be careful. You don't want to give up the 3rd turnover of the half.
Bruin. Now, and there it is. You called it, Anthony. An interception off his back foot was big number 90, Mojo McClain, falling, and he somehow gets the interception and gets up victorious indeed.
Absolutely. That is a spectacular play right there, but you got to recognize they were in a shell of a cover 2 right there, and just the athletic play by the linebacker right there is phenomenal, but that's what you not want to do. That's the 3rd turnover, the 2nd interception of the game so far, and it's feeding right to Carolina.
There's a reason Carolina came into this game 3rd ranked when it came to yards allowed on defense. 2nd and 10 now after South once again takes a shot. They're starting to get home, and you're starting to see it take a toll on what South is able to do in the pocket.
So the first quarter we saw offense. The second quarter now we're seeing defense right here. And Houston, they want to get those pass rushers down the field. Matt South has to recognize that. Maybe do a 3-step drop instead of doing your 5 to 7-step drops.
That's 7 consecutive incompletions for Matt South. He breaks the streak there with a completion. I believe that was Bacigalupi, and they call a quick timeout.
And that's what you're going to need to do right there. Just a quick 3-step, get the ball out your hands. When you're doing the deep 7-step drop, that's feeding into the defensive line that want to rush up the field right here. Keep it short, keep it quick, so then you can go to your running game.
South again will go to the air. That pass tipped away. He had a man breaking. That was Earl he was going for. And it was just great awareness by the defense, including number 20, Al Ingram III, to swat that one down.
And if Carolina, and it might be just because you don't have that much time to run the ball right there, you can clearly see if Houston can get Carolina in the passing situation, the Carolina has struggled a bit with that.
You see 2 of the last 10 for Matt South. We know that the ground game has been a big reason that Carolina is ahead by 10 in this first half. Still trying to find their footing there. The defense and special teams unit, as you could see, really keeping everything in containment, as well as on that punt return.
So right now, in Houston, you get the ball back again. I'll be honest, if this pass play doesn't work right here, I'm just going to run the ball and run the clock out. Because if you give up a turnover here, you're going to get Carolina even more better of a field position.
1st and 10 with less than a minute to work in this first half. Again, on the ground with Josh Slapp, he gets 4. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be in this final minute.
And it's okay to not be aggressive, just to go into half and rely on the good things you had. You had 2 good drives on defense that you stopped Carolina here, but you don't want to force anything.
As you mentioned, though, Anthony, plenty of football left to be played. They do keep it on the ground with Bakarian, who gets close to the first down. They're going to say 3rd and inches, and you got to imagine that's going to head us straight into halftime.
Yeah, and there's a lot to talk about for both teams right there. They both sputtered on offense this second quarter here.
And we will get one more play and stopped in the backfield. No, instead, that's the fullback who stays on his feet. It's actually the tight end, Randy Pierce, He gets the carry. The last play of the second quarter. We head to halftime where Carolina leads the Headhunters by 10, a score of 17-7. We welcome you into the SFL halftime report. Camera duty and Anthony Ellison here. Anthony, give me your thoughts, my friend. Break it down for us.
We saw a lot of great plays on the defensive side. Carolina with 3 early turnovers here, but Houston kind of weathered the storm, only gave up 7 points off of 3 turnovers there. For Houston, you need to go back to what got you to 2-1 so far, and that's running the ball. Running the football, so then O.J. Bruin can throw the ball down the field, but you got to set up the run. If I'm Carolina, I need to run the ball constantly. I don't care if you need to run it 15 straight times again, because you don't want it to get into long passing situations, because Houston has defensive ends that are coming at you.
And let's take a quick halftime break, brought to you by Brakes GPT, and we'll be right back.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
We invite you to break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a huge headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. And a huge headliner could be a Headhunter tonight, or maybe it could be a Skyhawks. helmet that you might pull in your next break. With the way this game is going, I think we're going to be setting up for an exciting second half. Cameron Duty, Anthony Ellison here, Michaela Forker, and Tyler Falk in on stats. And we welcome you into what's been a great game thus far, Anthony.
Absolutely phenomenal game. Seeing a lot of defensive plays here. So now it's about who came out the locker room with more energy and has a better game plan to stop their opponents.
1st and 10 ball on the 32-yard line for the Skyhawks, who looks to harness some more of that momentum and get some points here. On the ground again they go with Quintero, who gets for a nice run on 1st down.
And that's what we want to see. Just come out. You ran the ball extremely well in that first half there, close to 100 yards rushing as a team. And that's what you want. You want to slow down the game.
On 2nd down, well, they give it to the fullback this time, who plows forward for a yard. They're going to say he gets a yard, 3rd and 5.
And is right where Houston wants to be. And to be honest, I know some people might call this a passing down. From Carolina, I am just going to stay with it's a running game here because you have your turnover free so far.
It's a big point right there, indeed. South will throw on 3rd down. Steps up in the face of pressure, but they get him at the line of scrimmage. They said, no, sir, we're not going to let you run for it this time. And it's 4th and 4, a good defensive play by number 20, Al Ingram III.
And I love it. Al Ingram came off from his coverage, recognizing that South was going to run it, broke off the coverage, and made a tackle.
Brown to punt. That is a deep punt, a great punt. Fielded around the 10 and brought back out to the 26-yard line, where Houston will take over for the first time of this second half.
Yeah, so now Houston coming out, you got the stop that you want, but now let's redo your offense here. Let's reset it. You know you have a good duel at the running back position here. Let them run the ball a little bit so you can set up O.J. Bruin.
Anthony, check this stat out. That is the 6th 3rd and out, or 3 and out, excuse me, of this game. Unbelievable. A defensive struggle for sure, especially in that second half, and now continuing over here. It looks like into the 3rd. What can Houston do? Bruin stepping up. He throws. The pass is complete. He's got his man, and that is a 1st down to tight end Tiberius Bovine.
And good job right there. It looks like that was the left tackle that was able to give Bruin enough time. That was just a crossing route right there, recognizing that zone coverage got a little miscommunicated. And good throw.
And this is huge right here, Anthony, because that's some confidence for Bruin, who is just 3 of 9 at this point. Nobody in the backfield. They're sending everybody deep. Bruin to throw. He does have good coverage. Instead, he drops it short to the Hall of Famer DR Sim, who gets a few more. 2nd and 3 now coming up after the gain of 7.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Some people might like, oh, it's like a 2-yard pass, but what you're doing is you're throwing it right behind that defensive line and in stride so the receiver can keep on going up the field.
Right at midfield. Crossing over into enemy territory, if you will, and they keep it on the ground to slap, and you could tell just going to the air as they did for the last couple of consecutive plays kind of caused Carolina to have a little lull there, and they got a good run out of it.
And I love the run right there, the patience, recognizing the line was kicking out, so you just cut up the middle, and that's a good run. That's a solid 1st down run that you're looking for.
Houston now with more total yards than Carolina. They still trail, though. Pressure coming right in the face of Bruin. He just had to throw it away. He was looking for Sim, but he just didn't have a chance.
And Bruin needs to do what Matt South is doing on Carolina. Step up and run up and take the yardage forward. You don't want to be falling back on your back foot, and you don't know what's behind you. You got hit, and that could have been a fumble.
2nd and 10. A rollout now by Bruin, who throws deep. Oh, it looked like he's going to have his man for just a moment. Sim takes a shot, and it's incomplete.
And my thing is, you're putting your receivers like in a tough predicament there. Yeah, the saying is, it's in your hands. You got to catch it. But when there's 4 people around you, you're going to take a hit. That's tough.
Man in motion. Tiberius Bovine to the bottom of your screen. Again with the throw and over the head of his intended target. Incomplete. 4th and 10, and the Skyhawks again are going to get off the field. They have done their job once more.
And Carolina, that's what they wanted. They wanted O.J. Bruin to throw the ball. They are a ball hawking team. They love to play against the pass right there. It just fed right there into it.
Houston still kept out of the end zone. This punt now fielded at the 20. We're going to mark him down at the 21-yard line, as it is 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks coming up. Folks, how many likes do we have on this video so far? I bet it's not enough. Please smash that like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action, and help this channel grow through your support. And we thank you indeed for doing so. 1st and 10 for Matt South and company. The handoff, it goes nowhere. Wrapped up immediately. As a matter of fact, that's going to be the loss of a yard. 2nd and 11.
So what Houston wants to do is they want to stop the run early in the downs to make Carolina throw the ball, because Carolina has not proven that they can throw the ball effectively down the field.
The give to Prasad, who gets a couple. They're going to give him 2 there, and a quick 3rd and 9. One thing that is changing here, Anthony, is Carolina, these third downs, they're not 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Now they're 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10.
And that feeds in right into Houston that wants to get the sack, that wants to rush up the field, and you can play more defensive backs on this type of situation.
Bachagalupi is in motion. 3 receivers now to the top of your screen, as you can see, and 1 at the bottom. South to throw, complete, and that was Quintero who had to come back for it, and they're going to say he's just short, 4th and inches. I did like the play call, though.
I like the play call. I like that the defense knew where the 1st down marker was. So like I said, you can give anything else underneath. Just make sure they don't get to that 1st down marker. That's exactly what Houston did there.
Brown again on to attempt the punt. It's fielded at the 25 and coming the other way before being brought down at the 32. We've got an SFL game break. Cameron Irvine back at SFL headquarters. What have you got for us?
Thank you, Cameron. Well, I got more offense in Chicago. Robert Johnson just walks it in. 24-14 Canton. Chicago back on the move as they try to hang around in the 4th quarter. Back to you in Raleigh.
Thank you, Cam. A defensive slugfest up to this point for both of these teams. Carolina still leading by 10. Houston, though, looking to make something happen on this drive. Some offense there as Mike St. Green gets the reception and the 1st down, gain of 10.
And that's a good positive throw here, because we've been seeing a lot of 3-and-outs. Carolina already has 5 3-and-outs so far this game, and that's a good pass right there. It's not a forced pass, just a nice little button hook, get to the 1st down marker, and deliver a strike, and that's exactly what O.J. Bruin did.
2 receivers, top of the screen for Houston. Instead, it's a delayed handoff, and it goes nowhere. He would not be denied. May Carter with another tackle for loss.
Big tackle right there, just shooting the gap and able to take down the running back right there. And now they're going to go back to the running game, and this is what Carolina wants. They want them to throw the ball.
There they go. This could derail a drive. That's a good run, though. A good response by Slap as he gets a good chunk of yardage there. 3rd and 4 are going to be much more manageable now.
Now you can set up that you don't have to pass the ball here. You can run the ball if you want to, because you did just have a good run right there. So let's see what happens.
It is a delayed handoff, and he gets the 1st down. And that's Vakarian just lowering his shoulder, plowing forward with his head, and he gets the 1st, the former man from Jacksonville.
I love that. That's just a delay handoff right there. Act like you're going to pass the ball, and then you can just hand it to your running back there. The linebacker was already bailing out for a pass. That's a good call.
And speaking of pass, here we go. O.J. Bruin to throw, and it's batted up. Pressure again getting into the face of O.J. Bruin. And it's that time it's Christopher Cologne with the swat.
Yeah, and once again, couldn't get to the quarterback. So what do? You jump, you put your hands up, you deflect it. You do everything you can to affect that passing lane, and that's a good job right there. Offensive line, you got to secure that block.
2nd and 10. 3 receivers now to the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom, and they keep it on the ground with Slap, but it's a fumble. He is hit hard, and Carolina recovers.
Woo, that was a boom hit right there, and just didn't hold on to the football. Carolina's defense is just extremely aggressive today, and that just shows it right there. That's the 4th turnover today so far for Carolina's defense.
Yeah, T.D. Jack coming in with the disruption, the devastating tackle to jar that ball loose, and Carolina's defense again makes things happen. And it's 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks. Again to the ground they go with Quintero, who gets 5.
So let's see what Carolina can do on offense here. They have 5 turnovers. Only 7 points, so Houston's been doing a good job recovering here. So let's see if Carolina can just move the ball and get some well-timed points.
As we mentioned all evening about this Carolina offense, they're playing the game that they know best, what they know to do. That's ground and pound. A spin cycle is Riley Quintero. He makes it work and gets the first.
Yeah, he's probably going to go to the sideline. I know he's dizzy right there. That's 2 consecutive spins. Whoop. Whoop, right there. It was able to break the tackle. Good run. Stay with the running game here. If you don't have to pass the football, don't do it. You have a really good running game.
You know how I know he's dizzy? I'm dizzy watching him.
Yeah, I was dizzy too.
So you know. Let's see if we can call this play here. Prasad. Oh, and he fumbles. He fumbles, and it's going the other way. Houston gets the break they need. Chris Britton with the fumble recovery, and I believe that might have been Clark in on the initial contact. We'll see.
Both of the running backs are dizzy right there. That's just really tough. You broke the first tackle, but you got to secure the ball.
Wow.
It looks like the helmet went straight to the football there, and Houston gets the ball back after they fumbled the ball. So that's really crazy right there, back to back. The defenses are coming out the second half with a purpose.
So much excitement in this game. And Houston gets the break that they need, with Carolina finally now having a turnover, a misstep, if you will, by these Skyhawks. And it's Slap again with the carry. They give the ball right back to him. A gain of 2 before McLean brings him down.
The back and forth now is not from the offense, it's from the defense here. McLean has been made that spectacular interception here. Let's see if he can do another one. But Houston has stepped up their defense.
Bruin to throw out of the backfield to McCarrion. Yeah, they're going to say he did stay in bounds, and it's a fresh set of downs.
And you know what? Let's see some more of that there. You don't have to always chuck it down the field. Chuck it down to your running back there. It keeps the defense honest. So if you're in that soft cover 2 shell and you got to play the flats, you better go play it, but you got to throw it there to keep them honest.
2:17 remaining in this 3rd quarter. You see the defense shift. Bruin to throw. A good pocket, plenty of time, looking deep, and that's Sim with the reception. 1st and 10. It looked like he was about to break one free as well.
That was almost a flashback from the 1st quarter right there. That safety playing the middle of the field, reading the eyes, and just missed the ball. And that's what happened last time when we saw that 79-yard touchdown pass right there. It was just a misread play by Carolina safety.
That pass goes for 25 yards. And just outside the red zone is the Houston Headhunters. They're feeling hungry. They want to score. Bruin rolling out the pass, complete. Yep, and they're going to say that he had it. That was Adams with the reception. 1st and 10, Israel Adams.
I like how they're not afraid to go back to plays that cause them turnovers, because early in the 2nd quarter, that was an interception right there. This time, threw it just behind the defender. What a way for the receiver to recognize the ball was a little bit behind, able to turn back and get the catch.
Quarterback O.J. Bruin now beginning to get some confidence about himself. And at the right time, indeed. Delayed handoff to Slap, who breaks a tackle. He gets across the 5 before being rolled over and down right around the 4-yard line. 2nd and 2 as we come up on a minute remaining in this third quarter.
And this is where Slap makes his money at here. So far, 5 touchdowns for the season, which is second best. And he just always finds a way to get into the end zone. Let's see if he can do it this drive.
An interesting note, up to this point, this is the lowest point total for Houston, and it's going to change right here. Touchdown, Shepard Vicarian. He knew I was going to read that stat off. Instead, he powers through for the touchdown, and we are 1 extra point away from a 4-point game, or a 3-point game.
This is what we were doing. This is just smash mouth football here. Everybody had an assignment to block, and then Vicarian, once again, second in the league in average rushing yards. Why? It's because you see those big legs just keep on churning, and then falling forward to get that touchdown. Houston is back in this. We have a game. Carolina, what can you do to respond?
The extra point is good. Houston, now with 14 points on the board, they are just down by 3, 17-14, 48 seconds remaining in this third quarter. And what a game we've got. What a finish we have shaping up for you folks tonight. With the kickoff, and it will be fielded at about the 10-yard line. And this will be returned. Ooh, a nice stiff arm before getting brought down as Juravicius. Carolina will take over on the 33. And I was saying before, the lowest point total of the season thus far for Houston has been 24 points. We know they're not finished scoring yet, probably if they can help it. But let's give credit to this Carolina defense for keeping them at bay.
Yeah, and Carolina defense coming in with a great secondary and gets the pass right there, and you're seeing it. For Houston, you just got to keep on fighting. You might not get to that point total, but all that matters is having more points than the other team when the game is over.
That's right. All that matters is the W. Chris Curtis in motion. He's had a rather quiet night, but of course the passing squad here for the Skyhawks really have collectively. On the ground again. Oh, a nice shimmy that time by Quintero, who gets 7 on first down.
And going right back at it after fumbling the ball right there. You just got to have trust that they're going to secure the ball. It looks like it was an unfortunate tackle that caused the fumble, but stay on the ground here. You've been very effective.
This Houston defense has did a nice job this second half of containing Carolina. They do it again on that run as Prasad goes nowhere, and it's 3rd and 3.
And what Houston is doing is setting up for Carolina, forcing them to pass. 3rd and 3, I wouldn't want to pass it unless you know that Matt South will be able to break the line to get a first down.
And with that, 3 quarters are in the books. 4th quarter is on the way. Carolina leading by 3. We thank you for watching the SFL on YouTube. Let's hear from Chris Curtis and our league guys.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Cameron Duty here with Anthony Ellison, Michaela Forker, and Tyler Falk doing stats for us tonight. And Cameron Irvine, of course, is at SFL headquarters. And we thank you for spending your Friday night with us. Toss play on 3rd down left side, and it's going to be Quintero who is short. And that's a big play. For one, a big defensive stop by Jason Peace, but what effort to keep Quintero behind the line.
Strength versus strength here. You wanted that's what you want. Carolina, you running the ball, and you just seeing if you can challenge Houston, and Houston was up for the challenge there. Big stop.
Brown now to punt as the tide feels like it may be beginning to turn just a little bit. Oh, no fair catch called for, and that was a devastating hit that time late on Israel Adams as Houston will take over. Do you sense that change, Anthony?
Oh, I definitely feel like Houston has the confidence that they needed. The thing is, you got to be smart with the ball handling here. You know that Carolina wants another turnover.
Mike St. Green goes in motion to the top of your screen. Bruin will throw. Plenty of time looking deep. The pass is complete. And a great job by Tiberius Bovine, who's had a nice day, a quiet day, but he has made some big plays when his number has been called.
It's, you know, what a catch. And 4 people around you, and you just held on to the ball. You know you was going to take a hit right there. Your quarterback loves to throw in those tight windows. That was a good throw and a better catch.
Delayed handoff. The defense reads it well. Going to be a gain of 2. Danny Stinson in on the tackle.
But if I'm Carolina, I am okay with that type of throw there. Just recognize that you want to get that interception. You realize you can bait them into it. Houston maybe keep it on the ground just for a little bit longer.
Right at midfield at 2nd and 8, and Bruin to throw, pressure coming. He gets rid of it, almost intercepted. A dangerous throw. Stinson had his hands all over it. Anthony, that's something that we have seen Bruin struggle with all day when the pressure gets to him.
And it's just not recognizing, it's not seeing those linebackers that are in coverage. Carolina's linebackers have been phenomenal in coverage all game with that underneath route taking it away. 3rd down here, you're probably looking at something deep over the middle, but Carolina is going to play that cover 2, and that linebacker is going to be dropping back.
Israel Adams is the man in motion, and Bruin now steps up on 3rd down, and he's not going to get there. A great defensive effort to stay at bay in the perimeter. They make the stop, and it's 4th and 4.
What a way to stay at home right there for Carolina. And that's a big stop here. Because we're getting down. This is the last quarter here. We're getting down. The clock is running. Every play matters right there. But that's a big 3rd down stop.
Yeah, Shravin Prasad gets credit for that tackle. So they punt it away. And Harish Prasad runs it out of bounds. And they will take over at the 19-yard line. And, boy, like you said, everybody just kind of waiting on bated breath here to see what the next couple of minutes in this game will have in store.
Oh, yeah, we're in store for a really, like a nail-biter. This is going to be a really good one. It's going to be who can make that big turnover play that's going to stop them. Carolina, you got to run the ball. You got to set up some type of passing thing, but running the ball is going to be what you need to do.
On 1st down, they keep it on the ground. Quintero, who gets 2. And again, just another credit. That's Evans with the tackle, but more credit to this Houston defense, how they've been able to tighten up. As we said, 4- and 5-yard gains on 1st down has now been relegated to 1- and 2-yard gains at that.
You're holding Carolina for only 2 first downs, I think, in the second half of here, 0 points. So Houston's doing their job on defense.
South now will have to throw. He throws it short. The pass is incomplete. The clock stops. 3rd and 8, intended for DeSantis.
And this is what you want for Houston. You know that they have to pass the ball here. So you can go and you can send pressure. Your defensive ends have been phenomenal to go after the ball. I'm looking for an interception. You need your first one of the season. This would be a perfect time.
South, plenty of time, goes deep. The pass is complete. Left, wide open was DeSantis. You seen him on the previous play. He was blanketed by Chris Britton. Instead, this play, wide open down the field for a strike and the best offensive play of the day for Carolina.
Oh, I can definitely tell you why. It's because they haven't thrown the ball down the field all day. So Houston was just like, okay, we're going to play all underneath routes. And what a way for DeSantis just to go right behind that coverage and find just a open slot. Beautiful throw by Mount South.
A 35-yard pitch and catch for a most critical point in this game. Chase Earl now, the man in motion. This drive will continue, and they will go to the air again. South to throw. The pass in and out of the hands of his intended target. Oh, that was close. Chris Curtis was the man who was intended to receive that pass. That could have easily been intercepted as well. We take a quick breath, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was a close call here. I know you're excited for that first down, but go back to your running game. You can do a great job with that here. You're moving the ball.
And they decide to continue with the pass. Short drop. Pass is complete to Earl. He gets maybe a yard, maybe 2. 3rd and 8. The clock will continue to run after the open field tackle.
I think Houston will be ready for this deep pass right here. You know you got to keep your eye on the tight end. You gave him a 35-yard pass on that previous 3rd down here.
Another big 3rd down, pressure coming south, steps up and throws the pass, is complete to DeSantis again. The big tight end comes up big on 2 consecutive 3rd downs.
And they was not ready for it because that is another big shot down the middle. What you're seeing is, yes, Matt South has not had the best game, but when you have a veteran underneath the center, they're just ready for these big game moments right here at the end, delivering 2 big 1st down strikes in the same drive.
22 yards on that reception. Now Matt South, 5 of his last 10. Chase Earl in motion. What have you got, Carolina? Back to the air game. South throwing short. The pass is complete. That was DeSantis once more. He gets 4. Still not a bad play there, I don't think.
No, it's a completion. It keeps the clock moving. And what does it do? It keeps Houston offense off the field.
And they get 4 out of that short pass. And they can go to the ground game here if they want to, and they will. That is Quintero. Spin cycle, still on his feet, making players miss and pulling players along with him. Excuse me. A 1st and 10 now for Quintero and the Skyhawks.
And you're seeing why he averaged so much after the carry, after the first contact, just keeping the legs going, falling forward. Another 1st down. What does that mean? The clock's still running. So now you're chewing clock. You're getting closer. You're inside the red zone here to see if you can just complete it.
Under 5 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. On the ground again with Prasad. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a yard before being brought down by Britton. And 2nd and 9.
So you can get a 1st down, I believe, and not get a touchdown here. That would just be that would suck for Houston right there. Carolina, I would just keep it on the ground here. You can just chew clock.
Chew clock, and the toss play lifts back Quintero, though. Oh, they read that like a book. That was Chris Britton the 3rd again in on the stop, and it's 3rd 11. The clock does continue to run, but now Carolina has a decision to make.
You have your tight end, or you have Matt South running up the middle. I really see it. I know, keep your eye on Chris Curtis at the top of the screen.
Pressure is coming. South standing in there, delivers a strike in and out of the hands of his intended target. That was Prine with the hit. And it's 4th and 11. Carolina will be forced to attempt the field goal, and they were going for DeSantis again.
Yeah, and that time the safety paid attention to it and recognized, instead of trying to go for interception, just put your hand in, knock it down. Carolina here, you had a good drive, kind of stalled out at the end, but right here, this is your chance to go up 6.
Malone Brown with the 29-yard attempt, the snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good. And that's an important play because now Houston has to go down the field and score the touchdown. A field goal will not do it.
That is correct here. So you have to score here, Carolina. That's going to feed into your passing defense that you've been doing really well with so far today with the 3 interceptions in the air. So Houston, this is the money drive right here. 4 minutes. You have 3 timeouts and you have the 2-minute warning.
And here we go. Fielded around the 5. St. Green brings this one out. Tackled at the 33-yard line. Oh, and this is going to be a great finish. I just got a feeling here. Folks, let's tell you quickly, Week 5 will continue tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern with a pair of games. The unbeaten Fort Worth Toros travel to Albuquerque to take on the Adams, plus Denver hits to Charleston to face the Predators. And you can catch all the action, of course, right here on SFL YouTube. But I can't even think ahead. What an exciting play. What an exciting couple of minutes we're going to have here. Cameron Duty, Anthony Ellison in the booth. Tyler Falk and Michaela Foraker on stats tonight. We appreciate them for their great work. We appreciate you for staying tuned in. I think you're going to be rewarded with a great finish. Bruin on 1st down, throws across the middle to DR Sim. He gets 7, 2nd and 3.
Now here's the mindset of the Houston offense here. You don't have to try to win the game early and leave time on the clock here. You can just matriculate the ball down the field. You could just dink and dunk if you need to, mix in some runs. You don't have to pressure and force something.
Hand off to Slap. He gets the first down, running very methodically through traffic. Fresh set of downs. The clock continues to run.
And just piece by piece here, you're running out the clock here. You can run the football. You run the football well in the pass here. Just take what the defense gives you. You don't have to take a shot over the middle into triple coverage if you don't need to.
Closing in on 3 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. Bruin now with plenty of time. He throws. He sets up short. He finds Sim somehow in traffic. A gain of 4. 2nd and 6 on the way.
I really thought that was an interception. You got to be very careful here. The Carolina has this zone blitz coverage that's going on, and they're just disguising the coverage.
Toss play right side. They give it to Slap. Ben moves, stays on his feet. He gets 2, and a big 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Headhunters.
Carolina wants to get the stop here. I think we're in 4-down territory if they don't get this here. But one play at a time, Houston. You want to take a shot over the middle. Carolina will be lurking that middle.
The handoff to Vakarian, and he stopped, trapped behind the lineman, and it's 4th and 3. Stinson with the tackle.
And now that's a big play here. You got a 2-minute warning to figure out what you're going to do. This is the big play. This could be for the game.
We're closing in on an exciting finish, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. A final in tonight's game between Canton and Chicago. The Classics winning 31-21 over the Warriors. That score is final. Again, Canton wins 31-21, and on 4th down, the Carolina defense stands up. They read that play like a book, and it's Ibari Aman-Eglin with the tackle.
Very unlike Houston to run a running play when it's like clearly a passing down. You want to get the ball in the air, but Carolina was absolutely ready, like you said, Cam. Read it like a book here. So now we're talking about timeouts here. Let's see if Houston can stop them. You need a 3 and out. Carolina, 2 first downs wins you the game.
This game, as you said, though, is not over. But Prasad! No, that's Quintero. Oh, my goodness, running wide open. There's one of the first downs they needed, and a timeout is called. Oh, my goodness.
And that is just having the willpower after a long game here, keeping the legs going. The offensive line has just been an absolute brute right here. Keeping on the ground. I love the offensive line play for Carolina.
They have been so methodical. 1 minute it's Quintero, 1 minute it's Prasad, and it's Quintero again, still on his feet. He gets the first down. He gets pushed out of bounds. But again, Riley Quintero, what a play.
Well, I think you needed 2 first downs. I didn't think you usually get it off of back-to-back runs here. And it's the same play. But here's the thing. If you cannot block it, if you cannot get off those tackles, it's really tough. So right now, Carolina is running an offensive tackle off to the left side, kick out, and the patience by the running backs, by both Quintero, it's just been phenomenal running.
Man, give a call to this Carolina offense, this offensive coaching squad right here. They keep it on the ground again. They will have to burn another timeout. But like we said, between Quintero and Harish Prasad, it's been methodical. The entire game, they have used that rushing attack, and it has paid off tremendously. And Carolina now so close, ever so close, to getting that all-important second win of the season. Again on the ground they go. That's Quintero once more again in the spin cycle, as we like to say. And there should be the final timeout by the Headhunters.
And Carolina came in today averaging just a little bit over 100 yards rushing as a whole. Quintero has that by himself today with over 100 yards rushing. I think 113 yards rushing so far. And that's just keeping and committing to the run, and that's what Carolina did.
Chris Curtis goes in motion. Up to the top of your screen, play clock down to 5. The handoff. That's Prasad who's in that time, I believe. And it's 4th and 3, so the clock will run. But again, Anthony, as you can see right here, Carolina is in field goal range, and that could do it if Malone Brown is able to knock this 26-yard attempt through.
Yeah, and it's just been a great game for Carolina, just a complete package on offense, defense, special teams.
And here we go, running the clock down, inside of a minute left to play. The snap, the hold, it's good. Carolina goes ahead 23-14, and with that, with the 2 big runs by Riley Quintero and that 3-pointer there by Malone Brown, we're going to call that the breakaway play of the game, brought to you by Breaks GPT. Sports memorabilia breakers and collectors. You never know whose autographed helmet or jersey you might hit. So check them out at breaksgpt.com. An incredible drive right there by Carolina to potentially solidify this game. Now St. Green takes this one out of the end zone, needing some momentum. Houston does have 51 seconds to work with. We'll see what they can do in that amount of time.
I mean, anything can happen here in the SFL league, but if they're going to have to get points really quickly, you need 2 possessions here. Maybe if you get a field goal range, do a quick field goal and then an onside kick, but you need to push the ball down the field.
O.J. Bruin under center, throws deep, nobody home, incomplete, 2nd and 10. For the Skyhawks, this will be their first victory since week 1 when they beat the Vancouver Legion by a score of 17-7. Interesting to note that the only loss up to this point for Houston was to those same Vancouver Legion that Carolina beat. They fell 51-24 to the Legion. Second and 10 now. As Bruin rolls out, throws back across his body. That pass, a beautiful one-handed reception by D.R. Sims. He stays in the game. And you know what? A reception like that, let's call that the nice hands catch. What do you say? Brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. And as I say that, we're getting a review on the spot of the ball, so we'll get a chance to look at that Retroid catch one more time. GoRetroid.com.
And that was a phenomenal catch right there. We're trying to see where his foot went out. Probably a yard or 2 difference right there, but I guess everything counts, but that catch was phenomenal.
Indeed it was, and it keeps Houston alive for the moment. Call on the field, though, is overturned. So, as we said, every yard matters, and Carolina wanting to see if they can stop any sort of productivity that Houston may have. And it's 1st and 10 with 41 seconds remaining in this game. Again, still time. If Houston can get down the field and come away with some points and some time left on the clock, it's not entirely over. Oh, there's a hit! A hit! There's a scrum at the bottom! And I believe Houston comes up with it. But O.J. Bruin got absolutely annihilated. Coming in on that was the big man, big number 92, Phil Hall.
And what timing for Carolina to get your first sack of the game at the end, and you cause a fumble, and you essentially just turn the lights out for Houston.
Houston, though, gets another chance, and that's Sim again, making a beautiful reception. And it's 3rd and 3. Clock continuing to run. 17 seconds and counting. They snap the ball. And we'll take a moment while they do that to look at the upcoming opponents for both of these teams. Houston will go on the road. They will actually play Charleston at home and then go on the road to play Baltimore the following week. For Carolina, they will host Queen City next week and then go on the road to face the Nashville Tempo in a divisional matchup. So just a couple of upcoming games for both of these teams. 4th down. The pass in and out of the hands of Flat. Solidified with a hit by Ryan. And that's going to do it. You're a Carolina Skyhawks, folks. You Carolina fans, you're coming away with the W tonight.
Nice win right there to put yourself back at 500 here. And that was just a beautiful display of defense by Carolina here. They literally just control Houston. They force Houston into a lot of bad situations here. And, a good job by Matt South in this offense here.
And one more snap and a knee will do it. South, he's going to be happy to take that knee. This whole team is. As the final seconds wind down, and Carolina, it's a much-needed victory on their home turf and their brand-new threads. They win 23-14 over the Houston Headhunters. Final score from Raleigh tonight. Anthony, your final thoughts, my friend.
It wasn't pretty for Carolina here, but Carolina recognized that they had a good defense and they wanted Houston to pass the ball. So that's what they did. They stopped them early on the first and second down, forced them to pass the ball, and got 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions from that. And then on offense, their running game came alive here. Raleigh Quintero with 114 yards rushing, just controlled the offensive line. The offensive line was just bullying Houston. So it was just controlling it, getting turnovers, and they got points off the turnovers, which was key to this game.
Final score, as you can see, Carolina defeats Houston 23-14. For Cameron Irvine at SFL headquarters, and for Tyler Falk and Michaela Forker on stats, and for my buddy Anthony Ellison, it's been another fun Friday night. We thank you so much. My name is Cameron Duty. We'll see you next time on SFL on YouTube. Good night.